Growing up in a Persian household meant eating rice every single night with dinner. Allow me to introduce to you the best part that my siblings and I would always fight over. This is tahdig, Persian crispy rice. Game over. It took me so long to finally attempt tahdig, but it's so much easier than I thought it would be. What gives it the crunch is a special two-part cooking process. Start off by rinsing your basmati rice, then let it soak for an hour. Cook the rice, pull off the heat, then rinse it off in a strainer with cold water. Now this is where we take it to the next level. To the pot you cook the rice in, add half a cup each of oil and water. I optionally added some saffron water and turmeric for extra color and flavor. Add the rice back, giving it a pat for optimal pan contact, then make a bunch of holes halfway to let steam escape. Now cover, cook over high just until the rice begins to steam, turn down to low, and cook for 45 more minutes.
I made a little bit of soup today. Not sure if it's enough for my family of 5. And those are roasted garlic rolls with garlic butter and seasonings.
Darling, I'm in the mood for cinnamon rolls today. You know, certain things always spice up a morning, you know, watching the sunrise, cup of coffee on the end table, cinnamon roll in my right hand, your hand in my left. Yes, you know, there's certain things in life that make it so much sweeter. Cinnamon rolls and your smile, my dear.
Yo, I want y'all to see something. Look at this, all right? We got this right here, this white bread right here, right? I ain't make these, but they're white, right? But this is how they should motherfucking look. Look at these motherfuckers I made. Perfect.
I have a mashed potato confession. For years, I've tricked my family into thinking these are just regular mashed potatoes. But the truth is, they're not. I mean, they are mashed potatoes, but a healthier version. If you've ever tried mashed cauliflower and don't like it, try doing this. Make your mashed potatoes as you normally do, then take some riced cauliflower mixed with some milk into a blender. Add that into your potatoes, and I promise you, no one will know.
Around the age of 12, my Oma took me in, and she did something that was so bizarre. She cooked every single meal, all the time, and she enjoyed doing it. One of the things she would make for me that I loved was carrot mashed potatoes. They just remind me of home and her.
I was thinking about making this all weekend. Finally got around to it. Fried chicken and mashed potatoes. So good.
Forgot this thing was still rolling.
As you can see, I had to go ahead and tuck that shirt in and get to work. Fried chicken is such an interesting name to me because it's chicken fried like chicken fried steak, which is fried like chicken. So I guess it's fried chicken, but it's not exactly the same. I don't know. Anyways, everything turned out so good, from the fry to the flavors to the gravy. I'm not really a cheat meal kind of guy. I just eat whatever my body is craving at the time. But if you're into that kind of thing, there you go.
Too many Glocks in this. Know what the fuck going on, nigga?
On the backpack loaded up with things and knickknacks too.
Too much shit in here.
Anything that you might need,
Yeah.
I got inside for you.
We got it.
What's going on? I told him I'd make muffins. Oh, he wants muffins. In my big mouth, I gotta learn to keep it shut. He knows what he wants. He didn't know what he wanted till I mentioned it. Well, a little of this, a little more, a little of that, some of this, some of that, inch of this, dash of that. couple shakes of this. Next. Oh, it looks like sand. Reminds me of the beach. I want to go to the beach. It's fall, y'all. Let's go apple picking. I'm paying $20 for 6 apples. Again, you rather get apple drops. That. These guys. Gammon. Little pumpkin. More. A few of these guys. Mix it up. Real good. Get your chips. Gosh, too much, too much. Just enough. Scoop. Poop. Scoop. Poop. Careful with that P word around here. Toss it in there. Perfect. And there you have it. Mama Jill's Little Bites for Little Paul. Tell it's for the little one. I hope you love it. I think he does.
Poor man's comfort food, the laziest of lazy enchiladas. Using dollar store ingredients. Lay out your beef taquitos. Optional step. Pre-cook them for like 5 minutes. Take your green chinchilla and cheese it. Like so! And then bake it till it's done. These are looking excelente. You can honestly top it with whatever you like, but I love Ratel, sour cream, and shredded lettuce. Super fast, super easy, super cheap, and the kids love it.
Hammered me rocks. So, as some of you may know, occasionally, after a night of heavy imbibing, I'll wake up and find either footage on my phone or a partially edited video on my computer and have no memory of doing it. This is one of those times. Looks like I made a spectacular chicken sandwich with all the fixins. Baja sauce, ranch dressing, 2 kinds of cheese, fresh veggies, and a screw up on camera to prove I wasn't totally sober. You know, I was legit upset when I found this, until I opened the fridge.
Guys, my husband was home for 24 hours and he requested that I make the Trap House cornbread, so I'm going to teach you guys how to make it. Really easy. You can use ground beef or ground chicken, so what I'm going to use is ground chicken. I'm also making a bigger pan of it, but you guys can adjust the ingredient size to your needs or whatever. You're going to get a big pot and you're going to put the meat and the rest of the ingredients in here. I'll get the rest of the ingredients for you right now. You're going to need chopped green chilies, 1 can of sweet corn, cream style corn, that's a tongue twister, and then another can of just regular corn. Pour this all in here, mix it all together, and then just let it cook slowly so that all the stuff kind of just marinates together. Then you're gonna mix up your cornbread, which I'm probably gonna use 3 or 4 packs just because I'm making a bigger one, but normally you would only use 2, 1 for the bottom, 1 for the top. Or, you know, like I said, you guys will figure out. I can't get this open because I need a knife. You guys will be able to figure it out, you know, adjusting to your family size or whatever. Okay, now that you got all the cornbread mixed up, I hate doing dishes, so I get these aluminum pans to cook in. I know people say they're not good for you, all that stuff. Do you for your family, and we're gonna do what we do. I'm gonna butter both of these. While it's still cooking, you're gonna add in the seasonings you want. I do onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, and white pepper because I love white pepper. I take the meat and I strain it. Since buttered, you want to put a thin layer, not too thin but not too thick, of the cornbread mixture on the bottom. And then you're gonna grab some of your meat as the filling and put that on top of the cornbread mixture. So it should look like this when you're done, and then you're going to get sharp cheddar cheese and just slather it all on top. Boom, looks like that when it's done. And then you're gonna add more cornbread stuffing mix on top. Should look like this, and then you're gonna put more cheese on top. Cover it with foil and pop that sucker into your oven at 350 and let it cook for about 20 to 25 minutes or until the cornbread is done. After they've cooked, I pull them out, so they should look like this, and then I sprinkle more cheese on them, and then I let them cook without the foil on top so that they can brown a little bit more and get to a golden, bubbly brown. And voila! Serve, and that's what it looks like.
Can we fucking eat it, shit? Quick video. God, I'm starving.
Every time I make a video of me mixing vegetables into something chocolatey, I usually get a couple comments. They're picky because you made them picky. healthy. If they were actually hungry, they would eat whatever you put in front of them. And my favorite is, well, back in my day, we didn't have a choice. So I just wanted to break down what picky eating looks like in autistic kids or just sensory sensitive kids. If someone put a bowl of hot, fresh dog poop in front of you at the table and said, you either eat this or you don't eat it all, you would be willing to skip dinner in order to not eat this food. You would probably be willing to skip breakfast, lunch, and dinner the next day as well in order to not eat the dog poop. It smells disgusting, it looks disgusting, the texture is disgusting. You would probably be willing to go days without eating in order to not have to eat dog poop. Having sensory sensitivities messes with your taste, your smell, the way you perceive textures, and overall sensory input. So when autistic or sensory sensitive kids refuse to eat food, it's because it smells disgusting, it looks disgusting, and the texture is probably disgusting. Disgusting food is the equivalent to the dog poop for these kids. So much so that they would probably be willing to go days without eating if it meant not having to eat this disgusting food.
The third best way to eat a sushi bake. This is my salmon. I'm going to season it with some garlic powder, salt, ochoy, blackity peppery, black pepper, and some oil. Cook this however you want. I'm going to do it in the air fryer, 400 for 9 minutes. Last time I used imitation crab, everybody's like, why imitation crab? It's so nasty. Why don't you use real crab? Miss ma'am, in this economy, you think I'm serving real crab on a Tuesday night? AJ's always terrorizing Adam. But anyways, we're going to cut this up into smaller pieces. I just finished cooking this. Now I'm going to add it into here. Take the skin off. Ooh, it's nice and crispy. Ooh, it's hot. I got mom hands. And now we're gonna shred the salmon. To this, we're gonna add some cream cheese. Adam's back with us. Japanese mayo, you can also use the white people kind. My bootleg sriracha, if you have the real one, use that. Mix this up. Oh, this is really hard to mix with one hand. Just kidding. I'll never blame anything on you, Bubbas. Mommy was just joking. This is cooked rice. Flatten this out. So now it looks like this. You're gonna top this off with some shredded seaweed or furikake. I'm using shredded seaweed because I'm kind of being stingy with my furikake right now. Now it looks like that. Then we're gonna top this off with the mixture. Bake this at 380 for 10 minutes. It just finished baking. We know that because it's hot. I'm gonna drizzle some bootleg ass sriracha all over this. Spicy mayo. Safety, joy, safety, safety, safety. Some scallion and some sesame seeds. Bon appetit!
Let's make something out of nothing. Today we got a chicken and bacon chipotle alfredo. This one got a little bit of heat. The pasta is very creamy and this is guaranteed to make it into your dinner rotation. First, add some salt to your pasta water. Grab your favorite pasta and add it in. To your chicken, add in some paprika. Throw in some dried oregano. Hit it with a little garlic powder. Throw in some onion powder. And of course, we got salt and pepper. Add that to the mix. To a hot pan, grab your bacon and add it in. Make sure you get it all off the plate. Once it's done cooking, grab a paper towel and drain some of that grease. To that same pan with the bacon grease, grab your chicken, add it in, cook it for a couple minutes, then give it a taste test. That's hot, but it's good. Take your chicken out the pan and add in some butter. Throw in some diced onions, cook those down, then add in your garlic, a little chipotle pepper puree, throw in your heavy cream. Then take some more seasonings from the chicken and add that in. Give it a stir while you add in your cheese, throw in a little bacon in the green, add your pasta to the mix, grab your sauce, and that's it. All right, y'all.
Hello and welcome to tonight's episode of Oh Crap, my kid's practice has moved to a little later, so I need her to eat before practice. Let's whip something up together quickly. King's Hawaiian rolls. They're my favorite little go-to. Take some Alfredo sauce of any kind. You could even do pesto with this if you wanted. Slather all over the bottom of that. And then add a little bit of ranch seasoning. Mozzarella cheese. This is Aldi's finest, but if you wanted to grate your own, you could totally do that. And then I add a little bit of the Great Value Fiesta blend. Basically, it's just whatever cheeses I've got in there that I kind of want to do. I buy rotisserie chickens in bulk from Sam's Club, usually once a week. And I debone them, and then I have stuff for throughout the week. Chicken salad sandwiches, you know, all the things. Anyway, spread it on here. Add a little bit more of that Alfredo sauce, as little or as lot as you like. We kind of like our sandwiches loaded down here, as you can see. I have fried up some bacon bits, not like the little imitation, but like actual bacon ones. That makes it way easier than having to fry bacon. That's our little secret. Add a little bit of mozzarella again, and then a little bit more of that cheddar
Fiesta blend and put your lid on. By lid, I mean the top of your buns. And then I mix some butter with a little bit of Parmesan cheese, some minced garlic, and I add some of that ranch seasoning to it as well. Douse the top of these bad boys, throw some foil on them, and then you're going to put them in the oven. You put them on at about 360 for 10 minutes or so. Just you be the judge. It depends on how your oven does. And then I pull the lid off, the foil, and put them back in for about usually 5 to 6 minutes. But look, they're a little dark. Okay, I forgot they were in there. They were still good though. Pair it with a Caesar salad and dinner is served.
Pavyu turn your frozen grapes into sorbet.
Two of my coworkers just had their birthdays, and you know, the only thing worth making for that kind of celebration, or any celebration really, is the crinkle. So of course I had to make a tray to celebrate, and I made an extra one for admin because they're amazing. I'm so excited to see what their thoughts are. And if you've never seen this before or never heard of it, on my page is the actual recipe and step-by-step direction. So definitely check that out. And I have some really exciting news. In November, I'm actually going to be selling these for charity. We are fundraising, so if you are interested in buying a crinkle from me, go to my Instagram, Romina Said Wow, send me a DM, and I'll be more than happy to put you down for one of these bad boys. Oh, and my Nutella baklava.